Hi Virgo, this is your I Ching reading for the month of March 2017. There's the sign of Virgo. Virgo's got hexagram 54 and hexagram 43. Hexagram 54 is titled The Marrying Maiden and is formed by the elements of lake and thunder. This is lake and then thunder right here. And then hexagram 43, heaven and a lake. Let's see. Okay, Virgos, this month we're focusing on the marrying maiden hexagram. In relationships, desires lead to misfortune. Behave with discipline and balance. This hexagram is concerned with the guidelines for the proper conduct of relationships, whether they be social, romantic, or work-related. The image here is of thunder roiling the surface of a lake, and it suggests that relationships can be disturbing to our peace of mind unless they are established and governed under proper principles. Okay. The nature of relationships is that they lead us into the desire state. We begin to desire another, desire recognition, desire retribution, desire a particular outcome in a given situation. All of these desires lead us away from the equanimity that we aim to maintain as students of the I Ching. This hexagram often comes as a sign that you are in danger of sacrificing your composure in an effort to affect a relationship. When someone does not treat you as you would like, you are faced with a choice as what to do. While it may be tempting to abandon the relationship in anger or act aggressively to produce a result, neither of these is consistent with proper principles. You are counseled instead to return to inner independence, acceptance, modesty, and gentleness. The greatest influence is always had through inner discipline and balance. Less subtle measures may produce more immediate results, but they are seldom lasting. This hexagram also teaches us that rushing into a relationship, rushing to resolve a relationship, or rushing to escape a relationship are all akin to rushing on ice. Each invites a painful fall. Seek to establish relationships slowly and on proper principles to allow them to evolve naturally and to resolve disputes with patience and reserve. If your primary relationship, that with the sage, is open and ongoing and devoted, then all other relationships will fall into place. And you get line 3 and line 5 with your special instructions. So line 3 is the ego encourages improper desires and self-indulgences. Do not tempt fate by adopting a lax attitude. The ego encourages improper desires and self-indulgences. Do not attempt fate by adopting a lax attitude. Okay, then the 5th line says, disdain for those below or envy of those above prevents your progress. Strive not to achieve a goal or to have an influence, but to embody proper virtues. In this way, your success is assured. Okay. Then hexagram 43. Can bring this into focus, and it's titled Breakthrough or Resoluteness. A breakthrough. Do not be drawn back into bad habits. The arrival of the hexagram breakthrough indicates that a long-awaited change is at hand. A difficulty that has oppressed you over a long period is now about to dissolve. It is important to respond in the proper way. There is a temptation on obtaining relief to fall into the traps of the ego, pride at having dispersed the trouble, self-righteousness about having triumphed through correctness, anger at one who we think was the source of the problem, or a desire to remain free of all difficulty in the future. None of these responses is appropriate to the situation at hand. What is needed now is resoluteness, a firm commitment to continuing the battle for good, and to the self-examination that makes all good things possible. This is not a time to lapse back into negative mental habits and enjoy the quote-unquote vacation provided by the breakthrough. Do not rest on your laurels, but push forward, deepening your inner strength and your resistance to the influence of inferiors, both in yourself and others. Strengthen those around you by setting an example of self-improvement and self-correction. Great progress and good fortune are available now to one who makes proper use of the opening. Excellent. Thanks, Virgo. Have a great month.